failing is also the default when you're trying something new. You're gonna suck ass. Do not stay in your lane. First of all, this is not a driving tutorial, because it would be a very terrible driving tutorial, right? It will be a terrible driving tutorial. So this is not a driving tutorial at all, but in another subject, do not stay in your lane when it comes to your career, when it comes to your interests. Just because you went to school for one thing doesn't mean that you should be doing it for your whole life, even though it's kind of ingrained in you by this point. Do not stay in your lane. It's just so empowering in a way just to say that to myself, because sometimes I'm like, why would I want to experiment? Why would I want to test something new when I can just stay and do what I know works? But going in a different direction, changing lanes, changing your direction, is just so adventurous, so exciting, so interesting. But it also feels so scary, because change is always scary. Change is scary. I don't care what anybody says. Change is scary. So you gotta be, in a way, a little bit courageous. You wanna be a little bit courageous. You're gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna try something new. It's gonna be adventurous. Maybe I'm gonna make many mistakes. And guess what? You will most likely, no, you will for a fact make many mistakes. And that's fine, because making mistakes is the default. Then you're gonna think, okay, I'm gonna go into different directions. Yes, I'm gonna make many mistakes, but also I'm probably gonna fail. And guess what? Failing is also the default when you're trying something new. You're gonna suck ass when you start something new. When you change your lane, you are in a totally different realm. You're in a totally different zone. You have no idea what you're doing here. And this is something that I preach, right? Being able to be a beginner as an adult, because as an adult, you're a grown-ass man, grown-ass woman, grown-ass person, whatever, and you don't want to look like a dumbass, right? You don't want to look like a dumbass when you're starting a new skill. So that's why people don't like to start learning new skills, because they're going to look as total beginners. It's going to look so foolish. And the best example that I can give you is like riding a bike. Nobody learns to ride a bike when they're 30 years old. If you haven't learned how to ride a bike when you were like 3 years old, it's done. You will never learn it, because it's just so embarrassing when you're 30 years old, you're getting on a bike, and you're just falling. It's just gonna look totally fucking stupid, totally fucking humiliating and embarrassing to most people. And if you're that person that doesn't give a fuck, well, you're so up ahead, right? You're like, who gives a shit? Yeah, I'm gonna look like a dumbass. Yeah, I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna make many mistakes, but who gives a shit? I'm gonna learn something new, and I'm gonna be proud of it. If you can go through that process, you're so far ahead of other people. So, and I feel so proud of you. So that's kind of the point of the video. Do not stay in your lane. Again, this is not a driving tutorial, please, right? So careful there. Careful on the roads.